Well, hello everyone. It's Angela with Treasure Trove Tarot, also known here on YouTube as Mystic Moon. Welcome to my second channel and welcome to a past life reading. This reading is just for fun, so I just want you guys to take what resonates for you and get rid of anything that doesn't. What's the point in going into the past life? We're just going to take a look and see who we were, what we experienced, and there may be some sort of correlation between that lifetime and this lifetime. Maybe you're going through a similar theme, etc. So the decks I'll be using here today are all created by myself and will be listed down below. And today's Organites, we have the Hana Sea Turtle and the Buck created by Michelle from Wingham Bell. So everything will be listed down below. Let's get started. We're going to take a look and see who were you in this lifetime, whatever wants to come through, okay? This is my Goddess Awakened Oracle. Let's take a look and see. We're going to line up 7 cards to kind of build this story of who you were in this lifetime that wants to come through. Ooh, we have very welcoming Leela energy, okay? That's a really pretty name, by the way. With that, just all those flowers. Of course, this particular deck is all goddess themed, feminine themed. So, I mean, of course, it could be that you had more of a feminine nature in this lifetime. You're very welcoming, very nurturing, very warm, very attractive. So that's coming through. This is my Diviner's Oracle. Let's see what else. Ooh, look at you. Okay, so this is being confirmed, I feel. You were definitely of more of that feminine nature, and you had a lot of money. You were rich in wealth and status. It says independent leader and inheritance. It could be that you inherited a lot of money. You could have been royalty, but this is independent, meaning like you were just maybe on your own. You were independently wealthy. It doesn't mean you didn't have a spouse, but it could be that the money was actually on your side. Very interesting. All right, let's go ahead and see what else. This is my Treasure Trove Oracle. All right, let's see. What do we need to know about the past life energy here? Okay, so we have the Zoologist. Okay, so this right here is about being outdoors and embracing your wild side. There's also some sort of an occupation or a life with animals, okay? So it doesn't mean that you had to have been a zoologist. It just means that maybe there was a lot of livestock around you that you were dealing with, maybe even trading. But I just feel that you had some sort of a connection to nature, whether it was animals or just the elements, etc. Maybe you lived out, in the forest, or you lived out, kind of like off the beaten path, so to speak. You may have just been able to have this kind of sanctuary that you built for yourself because you had the money to do so. So that's very cool. Let's see what else. This is my Divine Feminine Healing Oracle. Oh, we have Wounded. Okay, interesting. So I kind of feel with this, you took back your power. So you could have inherited this. You could have been in a toxic relationship, broke out of that relationship, and were able to, kind of like split the assets and went off on your own. Because this is talking about toxic people. I'm not going to let this toxic person ruin me for the rest of my life. So I'm going to go off and be independent. So I feel like some of you guys may have either had your own money, or you were able to go off and start over on your own financially. But whatever this is, very independent, very, a lot of worth, a lot of value. Even though you were wounded, it's kind of like you were able to take this particular downfall and turn it into a windfall. That's what I'm getting, actually. So, all right, these are my charm cards. Let's see what else. We have Harlequin masking. I feel like you put on a very brave face, okay? You put on a very brave face. You can see here she looks very, very strong. This person was wounded, but they made the best of it. And I just feel like maybe you had to mask a lot because people relied on you. You were the head of the household, sort of thing. This could be your children relying on you, you taking care of animals or children. You had responsibilities is what I'm getting here. And you may have masked a lot of your pain. You may have stuffed it down. But I feel like you were a survivor. So you survived something pretty toxic, okay? All right, this is my Earth and Sky Oracle. What else? We have autumn. Yeah, you did have to leave something behind, let something go. Someone may have passed away. Like a partner could have passed away, maybe from a wound, but I do feel like this past partner was a toxic person. So you had to kind of like move on with your life, make do. If somebody didn't pass away, it just means that you were taken care of when you stepped away. Maybe you also had to, because you're the one that had the money, you had to take care of someone else. You had to split everything, even though you had worked really hard for it. So maybe you lost a lot, but you had to kind of let go. You had to let go of any maybe ego or pride that you had and just basically deal with the situation. But I feel like you guys were definitely able to take back your power and maybe just spend the majority of your older years. I don't want to use the word alone. I feel like you guys may have chosen that life. You may have chosen not to partner up, and you just grew old on your own with your animals, and maybe even perhaps, your children. Like, you didn't need to have a partner. So there's this like major independent energy that could even be calling you in this life. Maybe some of you guys feel like it would be better to be alone than to be with somebody for all the wrong reasons, just because you're afraid to be alone. So I don't know, that could be a theme happening here. It's kind of like we're masking a lot of the BS. We're masking how we really feel just to deal with something or to survive. And I just feel like at some point in your previous life, you were able to make the shift. Okay, so as the seasons changed, as you got older, things just left, things just faded away, and you were done with certain situations or people. Okay, so let's see what else. This is my Treasure Trove Tarot. Six of Swords. Yeah, look at this. I feel like you moved in a new direction. So at some point in your older years, something huge fell off. And with it came some sort of an increase in your assets, increase in your value or self-worth. You were happier. Six of Swords is a card of relief. So as we move away from issues and problems and toxicity, it's like we gain so much. This says stress reduction, change in position, vacation, or a holiday. So I feel like you guys actually gained something as you left something or someone behind. You gave thanks to it, you cut your ties, and you moved forward. So that's pretty cool. So that's giving us a little bit of a vibe of who you were in this past life that Spirit is wanting to bring through. I think that as far as gender is concerned, which was going to be the next question, I think it's been established that either you were a woman or just, a feminine nature. Okay. So let's go ahead and take a look at your childhood from that lifetime, because you're coming through as like the older female here, or just older feminine. Let's take a look at your past, your childhood, and see, maybe there could have been some toxicity or trauma there, those wounds. Let's look at this. Ooh, we have feral, uncontrollable. So what is a feral animal? A feral animal is someone that basically has to survive on their own. You guys may have, I'm just going to give you guys what I'm getting. It may not resonate with you. And with past life readings, how can you really confirm, the facts? Okay, these are things that, it's a story that comes through. But some of you guys could have not grown up without like parents. You could have been, like orphaned or on your own. And this could have been a wound, because it does give us this energy here of wounded, right? Where is that? Oh, it's hiding behind this card. How strange is that? Wounded. The animal, like a feral wounded animal. Interesting. So it could be this uncontrollable energy, like you grew up, you had it very tough. Either you did not have, parents, or you kind of were left to fend for yourself. Even if you did have parents, maybe they were not around. Maybe you grew up orphaned, something like that. And so what it did is it created this kind of energy within you of major survival. And it could have been one of the reasons why you guys really rose to the occasion and became very independent. Maybe you didn't trust a lot of people, you know, so it might not have been an inheritance from your actual family, but it could just be that you like inherited this nature to survive and to basically make do with what you had. So I almost feel like you were like a rags to riches type of a story in your past life. It's kind of cool. All right, so let's take a look and see what else wants to come through. What else wants to come through here for your childhood? We have letter. So obviously, I mean, there may not have been social media in that previous lifetime, but I'm going to say communication and words. It could even have been a letter from someone that had abandoned you long ago. And this letter, okay, so this is the story I'm getting. Some of you guys may have not known your parents or something like that, but they knew of you. And so when they passed, you received communication of this inheritance. That's for some of you guys. That's kind of interesting the way that that is a little, you know, coming through. But let's continue. We have the chef. So it says the chef knows what goes into this dish. She is confident in her abilities. You are more than capable in attaining results. I just feel like you guys were very independent in this lifetime and you didn't really need any help. You were able to, you know, pick yourself and build yourself up from the ground up. So some of you guys, this inheritance story may not be your story, but it could just be that this communication, like you actually moved forward. You used the power of your words in order to create your life, in order to basically change your circumstances. Very headstrong individual, refusing to go down without a fight, refusing to allow your past to define you is what I'm getting here. The chef, though, this could also be your childhood. There could have been someone in your family that really nurtured you with food, okay? Or maybe food became a little bit of an addiction for you because maybe there wasn't enough food. Again, there's a lot of different people watching this reading, so just take tidbits. That could be something that you guys actually you know, have in this lifetime, like a food anxiety. I actually know people that were not really taking care of their family, or their, you know, their mom or their dad was like working nights and the kids kind of had to like fend for themselves. And so the result of that is gorging, hoarding food, going crazy with food. That could be someone's story too. Uncontrollable behavior, like there's a food addiction for some of you, but I feel like some of you guys, this could just be, this is what makes you feel comfort in food. Maybe big family gatherings. If you were a part of a family, food was very important perhaps. It was a way of like, it was a language of love. I'm getting this like communication. It was a way someone communicated to you. Now this could be you in this lifetime. You love to cook. You love to, you know, have people over and entertain. That could be something within you that just comes natural to you because maybe that was the way that you were raised in childhood. All right, let's see what else. Image, interesting. Body image. There could be body image issues from overeating or even undereating, food addictions, food dependency, or just some sort of eating disorders for some of you guys. Not everybody suffers from an eating disorder, so that's not going to resonate, okay? Don't take that. But I do feel like some of you guys, if you're suffering from some sort of a food addiction, it could be from this previous lifetime. And it could get out of control if you let it, like any addiction. So it might be something that you need to be very cognizant of in this lifetime, because maybe we associate food with feeling satisfied and feeling comforted right? But sometimes that can turn into a negative, especially if we're like overeating, right? But yeah, we have being comfortable in my own skin, even if others can't accept me. Some of you guys may have had weight issues your entire life. You either didn't weigh enough, or you weighed too much, or you just didn't love yourself. But I feel like a lot of these things, and I'm not trying to blame your child or your parents for this, but whatever has happened here has had a real huge effect on the image that you had towards yourself. A lot of wounds coming through. But as you moved through life, as you may have moved away from either the home, the family, or, you know, just this toxic just way of dealing with things improved for you. It's almost like you had to kind of define who you were with other things. Like, you weren't what you ate. You weren't what it's not like, it's like putting way too much emphasis on the body, the outer physical body. Okay. So a lot of you guys could even be carrying those types of issues today, where you don't love yourself. You don't feel like you're good enough. You feel like maybe perhaps your image, the outer appearance, is all you have to really present to the world. There could be like this almost superficial type of energy that can still be problematic. So interesting. All right, let's see what else. Yeah, damn. Look at this. Trapped. So it's kind of like what I'm getting here is some of you guys may have been, I don't want to use the word like imprisoned, but there is some sort of childhood trauma here where somebody was not able to, they were controlled, okay? And the reason that word's coming to me is because I see uncontrollable. Like a feral, you cannot cage a feral animal. This animal is going to go nuts. It's going to go crazy. So I do feel like some of you guys had to get out of a toxic family situation, and you just couldn't wait till you either became of age. This could also have been, let's just say, you know, like an orphanage or being in the system or something like that. And then until you reached a certain age and then you were out on your own, you can make your own decisions. But the majority of your childhood did look like this, like a caged bird, somebody clipping your wings, not allowing you to live your life and thrive. And so when you became an adult, you just were absolutely like, no one's going to control me. Almost like rage filled though. So some of you guys might have a lot of rage towards your parents. This could be something that even like you just have this animalistic nature now, maybe even very angry. Anybody that tries to control you are just like, absolutely not. I'm not going to deal with this shit. It could be like even overboard because of this particular life that's coming through because of this trauma or wound. Wow. All right. Let's see what else. Let's get a card here. Oh, damn. Oh my God, you guys, this is crazy. Black hole, no way out. Look at this. Like, you were trapped and there was no way out. So I just feel like this is kind of depicting the situation where your childhood was pretty, you were either very limited, there could have been, you know, mass poverty where there wasn't enough food, or that you were dealing with people or a situation or parents that did not allow you to do a lot of stuff, or you were very controlled. And that's one of the reasons why it's just like, oh, hell no, no one's going to control. I'm going to move that candle because it's like creating some sort of a strange lighting here and it's making the words blurry. So yeah. This is about someone clipping your wings and not allowing you to thrive or fly. So as soon as you were able to, you got the hell out of there. Damn. All right. So that's where your wound came from. That's where your ability to survive and really thrive and build yourself up came from. You are a rags to riches survival story in that lifetime. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay, terminations, unpleasant outcomes, licking your wounds, Three of Swords. So Three of Swords definitely is like being under a cloud. Kind of like there's no way out. This is the end of the line. I have to break free from this prison. I can't be controlled any longer. You know, what somebody is telling me is not true. And now I think it's almost like somebody continuously pushing you down or telling you you're not good enough. So it created this flight. response in you to want to get the hell out of there. And as long as you were under this either influence or this living situation as a child, things were not going to get better for you until it was terminated. And I do feel like at some point it was terminated. Yeah, it was definitely, I just got the message. Well, I just got like the vision from this movie at the very end of Terminator 2. Linda Hamilton says, Sarah Connor says to the robot that she's just or she's about ready to smash, "You're terminated, fucker." It's like that. It's like someone tried to keep you down. Somebody tried to keep you small. And you fought back and you said no more, and you did break out of this cage, and you were able to come out of this black hole that you were getting sucked in. So I feel like that's the wound, and this could be a wound that you're even carrying in this life, which is maybe why this is coming up today. Crazy, you guys. Oh my gosh. Wow. I'm so sorry. I just totally pushed the camera over to my bookcase. Okay. So why don't we take a look and get the energy of love, relationships, romantic encounters. Let's see if any of that was affected by your childhood wounds and your upbringing. Let's look at that. Okay, so we do have everlasting scarlet. So to me, what I'm getting here, you guys, is that unfortunately with the everlasting energy, you were branded. I'm also getting the scarlet letter. Okay, that's like a book, and it's like the scarlet letter. It's like being branded. So I do feel like your relationships unfortunately did suffer because of these experiences that you had, which you didn't really have any control over, you know? So let's see what wants to come through. You might have been judged because of what you went through or where you came from as well. The whole branded energy. Okay, interesting. So we do have the tree. As you matured, though, what I'm getting here is that you may have grown out of this. You may have gotten healthier. We do have ancestors like, I'm not my past. I'm not my parents. You know, so maybe your parents or someone in your family line, your ancestors, was notorious for something, and because they were notorious for something, they were branded. Maybe other people assumed that you were that way, and so it could have been difficult for you to even make connections with people because you were being judged unfairly because of someone else's actions. We have the assistant. Okay, so the assistant, it says, she's everywhere and anywhere all at once. Multitasking is her specialty, but she warns of burnout if priorities are not in check. What I'm getting here is that you guys did have a lot of relationships, okay? They could have been short-lived relationships, but there was just a lot of just quick types of relationships. There could have been one that lasted longer than the other. Okay, there could have been one major relationship that lasted, you know, throughout time, or, you know, your older years. I do feel like a lot of you, though, got away from something and you really flourished in your older years and you were happier maybe just being on your own, but some of you guys could have actually partnered up with someone. I just haven't seen it come up yet. Doesn't mean it didn't happen, though. But I feel like with the assistant is here to help you. A lot of these relationships actually helped you to mature, helped you to get healthier. So I do feel like you guys were probably recreating childhood wounds in your relationships, but this ultimately helped you to clear or maybe heal some of these wounds. Yep, stages. That's the thing. At that stage in your life when you were younger, I do feel like there was a lot of toxic relationships, short-lived things. But the thing is, you grew, because it does say, I celebrate myself in each stage of my life. Each phase is equally important for my soul development. Yes, these short-lived or toxic relationships really had a lot to actually teach you. So I don't feel like that's something that was unnecessary. I think that it was necessary. We do have alternative. So to me, this is kind of cool because what this does is it gives you the alternative way to look at situations. Like there's always an alternative. We can be branded and we can give up and we can say it's hopeless, or we can try something different and we can push through and we can make the best of situations and see the silver lining. And I feel like that's what you guys did ultimately in relationships. You guys realized that there was an alternative way of living. You didn't have to keep going into toxic relationships. You didn't have to keep choosing the same person over and over again. At some point in your life, I do feel like you did choose yourself. And then once you chose yourself, some of you guys chose to be alone. And some of you guys made a healthier choice with someone else. Okay. It was a healthier relationship. And we have metal, meticulous and structured, honest and fair, firm and rigid, calm and disciplined. I do feel like you became very rigid, and there's nothing wrong with that, because I just feel like as you got older, what may have excited you when you were younger, toxic people, things that were, fast and fun and exciting and passionate and all that stuff. But those things may have burned out. As you got older, you were really looking for something much more structured, relationships that brought you peace and made you feel calm, not, on a freaking emotional roller coaster. And it may also have been too, like you wanted somebody that was more structured. You wanted somebody that you knew you could rely upon. So I think that as a person matures, our taste in things does change too. And I feel like that was the case for you. So your relationships had a lot to teach you. Look at you. Oh my God. Queen of Wands? Hell yeah. Again, another energy of being independent. It may have been that you guys actually shifted some sort of karma in your ancestral line. Maybe all the women in your family stayed with people that they weren't really happy with. They stayed with them because they had to for survival reasons. Maybe you were one of the first women in your family, kind of like branded as the scarlet letter, that was basically going to say, I'm breaking out of this cycle. I'm breaking out of this situation. I can't do this anymore. I'm not going to be with someone just because. It could have been too that because you were a woman, it might have been not acceptable at that time to be without someone, to be without a mate, or to run your own business, or to have your own money and be independent. So this could have been you really going against the grain or the status quo. But you were the Queen of Wands, freaking on fire. You had too much life to live. You had a lot of things that you wanted to do. You had a lot of ideas and a lot of aspirations. And I just feel like you guys went for it and you weren't going to let things hold you back. So you showed the way for your family or other people in your family, especially women, that you can do things independently, that you can be successful, that you can choose yourself. So you showed the way to your other family members on how you can be happy and independent and be on your own. That is pretty damn cool, you guys. So that is relationships. I feel like you guys ultimately chose yourself, but again, some of you guys could have chose a partner as well. It's just not coming up for some reason. So let's now take a look at family. All right. I feel like childhood and family kind of similar, but let's just go ahead and do a layer of family and see what we got. We have traveler. I do feel like you guys traveled away from your family. You moved. And the reason that I say that is because this card that came up earlier, which was the Six of Swords, okay? You moved, changed, like you traveled. That's really what the Six of Swords is. It's like traveling. So you traveled away from your family. You moved, you relocated. I feel like some of you guys, there was probably a toxic dynamic within your family. And so you just wanted to create some sort of space for yourself from your family. Some of you guys could have been ashamed where you came from as well. There could have been some sort of stigma on your family. And we have crystal ball, psychic vision. Some of you guys just had a vision. You just were trusting your intuition that you just had to move. You felt called to move to a certain place is what I'm seeing too. Some of you guys could have also been a traveling psychic, a traveling medium. This could also be through your ancestors. So there could be other people in your family, in your lineage that were psychic, witches, something like that. It could be also too something that was frowned upon. People may have looked at you and judged you for this particular line of work or skill that you had. They could have been afraid of it or something. So that's what we got with that. All right, let's see what else. The lifeguard. It says there's a strong current. Ooh, this was not easy for you either. I feel like your family made it very difficult for you to be able to move past them. Okay? Because the Six of Swords is we're in a boat, we're in choppy waters, but once we reach dry land, we're safe. So the fact that there's this strong current, okay, you made a decision. And it may have also been a very quick and rash decision to, get away because you felt trapped, because you felt like you just couldn't handle something one more freaking minute for one more day is what I'm getting here. So some of you guys, that's exactly what you did. When you had the opportunity, you ran for the hills. I feel like maybe even someone from your family, not all of your family could have been against you. Not all of your family may have been toxic. There could have been somebody that actually lended you a helping hand and you traveled to this family member to stay with them. And when you stayed with this family member, they could have actually shown you some sort of tricks of their trade and maybe became a mentor to you to help you to develop your psychic skills. We have dreaming. Interesting. So yeah, you're creating with someone. So I am getting someone threw you a lifeline. Somebody threw you a lifeline in this current. Doesn't necessarily have to be family, but we are on the family topic right now. A family member, another family member, somebody that was not maybe a part of this immediate family group, could have been like a cousin or an aunt or something like that actually threw you a lifeline and helped you to co-create your life and build it up in a certain way. Because someone co-created with you to help you bring your goals to fruition. We also have dreaming, and this right here is a dream catcher. So there could be like a Native American tie here, but somebody was very spiritual, like a shaman or a medicine woman or something like that. I'm getting that too. This person really helped you. All right, let's see what else. We have tiger. Ooh, look at this. This actually helped you to jump back into your power to become the leader that you eventually became. That's it. So remember that very like welcoming energy. Was it the welcoming energy, the feminine energy? This right here, this person also showed you how to be more poised, how to carry yourself, how to basically maybe be a little bit more charming, not to be so hard or something like that, to be more welcoming and inviting, so people would, you would attract clients, or you would attract even someone, something that you wanted to yourself. Someone showed you the tricks of the trade in some way, is what I'm picking up on. They actually helped you to be a better version of you. Yep. It's like smooth as butter. Smooth as butter. Okay. Somebody helped you to become smooth like butter, smooth operator or something like that. That's what it is. So that's pretty cool. Yep. Page of Wands. This is someone who's a breath of fresh air. They come in and they help you to skyrocket. I almost feel like this family member, or it doesn't even have to be a family member though, it can be just a person that was like family to you that really gave you a helping hand and actually had a hand in your destination to become the Queen of Wands in this lifetime, because the rich woman is the Queen of Wands. She's also the Queen of Pentacles too. But yeah, this person gave you an opportunity. They gave you some sort of a leg up in some field that took you to the next level. And I just think that that's amazing. So not all of your family life was totally screwed. There was someone in the mix that threw you a lifeline that really helped you out. That's pretty damn cool. All right, you guys, now we're going to go into the energy here of, let's go into death. That's kind of scary. I'm not going to say specifics like, oh yeah, you guys died in a car crash and this and that. We're just going to check the energy around possible ending of your life. You know, maybe it doesn't matter, but you know, sometimes people are interested in it. Let's just see what the cards have to say. Remember, this reading is for fun. How did life possibly end for us in that lifetime, this lifetime that wants to come through? Ooh, interesting. Guys, okay, I know this is kind of scary, but punishment for this is, look, it could be like, I hate to say this, like burning witch times or something like that, where because it's the movie, The Scarlet Letter, that came to me as a vision, and I'm having a hard time remembering exactly how that was, but she was imprisoned. Yeah, she was, I'm gonna have to look at that again. I'm pretty sure that that's right, but there is some sort of punishment. You received some sort of a punishment. You were punished for being powerful. You were punished for being free. And someone may have had a hand in your ending. So I know that could be very triggering for some of you guys listening to that, but it's just what I'm getting. Damn. You were branded as some sort of a witch or temptress, sorcerer, something. People blamed you because you were very magical. You knew how to get what you needed and wanted in life. People could have looked at this and saw you as a threat, so you were punished for this. Wow, this is just crazy. Okay. As it says, temptress, allure of fair seduction. Some of you guys could have done something, like maybe you had an affair with someone, and that could have been the thing that, you know, like you were cast out or punished in some way. But I swear, it's like the vision I got of you guys is that you were older, you were alone, you were living deep in nature by yourself with your animals, possibly children if you had them, and you were happy. So I don't know what happened here. Yeah, we have the dancer. So the dancer is basically, just living their life to the beat of their own drum. I do feel like you were just kind of going with the flow, minding your own business, and somebody could have maybe found something out or came back to punish you for something that happened a while ago, and that's just the thing that did you in. Yeah, it's kind of like that was the end here. Some kind of a door was closed. You couldn't get back in. It may have been that you were punished, imprisoned, starved. That could be one of the reasons that there could be issues around food. Dude, this is really dark. I don't want to scare anyone, but I'm just giving you guys the energy. I'm not going to go too deep into this, but yeah, there is something surrounding, there's definitely something surrounding being punished for living and being free. People didn't like it. So they cast you out, and maybe you just passed away on your own, out in nature kind of thing. But I kind of got this whole burning witch times thing. That was it. You were cast out, and possibly that could be the end here. So please just take it if it resonates for you. You could feel very judged in this particular life. Yeah, you're definitely feminine, very beautiful energy here. Very beautiful energy. But yeah, you were a bright shining star, Queen of Wands, attractive as hell, very gorgeous, and people didn't like it. People didn't like it. And we have the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, this is being cast out. So I feel like either you were cast out or you basically just, you were cast out and you just kind of lived the rest of your life out on your own, okay? But you were happy. Or some of you guys could have just been, stricken down with this fire and brimstone, and basically that was the end of the road here. That's just at some point. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Very interesting stuff. But now what we're going to do is we're going to go into the lessons that you learned. Okay, so lessons that you can learn from that lifetime. Lessons that you learned and what you can take with you. Okay, so we got Nova, build up. So what this tells me here is that what you can learn, whatever you experienced in that life, you're helping to build yourself up in this life. You are taking some sort of wisdom with all of the trials and tribulations that you went through, all the hardships you've experienced, and it's just made you a stronger individual in this life. So you already went through shit in the previous life, which made you strong, and I feel like you guys are kind of maybe repeating some of these themes in this life, which is only going to make you stronger. It's not going to kill you. It's only going to make you stronger, type of thing. And some people hate that statement, but that's just what I'm getting. All right, let's see what else. Yeah, interesting. Run down, ailing, hospitalized, bad health. What you can also learn from this particular, all these things, it's a buildup of energy. If you guys are experiencing depression, if you guys are experiencing certain issues, what I'm getting here, you guys, is that this is a buildup of your previous lifetimes that are affecting this particular lifetime. So if you are experiencing some of these things in this life that we talked about so far, Spirit is basically telling you it's a buildup of all of this crap that has not been cleared, has not been dealt with. So maybe some of you guys, you could benefit from some sort of past life regression therapy, past life regression, reading, maybe doing some sort of trauma, inner child wound type of therapy for some of you guys. Okay. So that could be an indication of the buildup of that energy. Yeah, there's definitely this psychic energy. Psychic, you were a psychic. Somebody in your family was a psychic. You inherited these gifts. You're a very magical person, witchy woman, something here. Because I was thinking to myself, I wonder if the psychic archetype's going to come through. And lo and behold, here it is. Okay, definitely confirming for me that you were a psychic in that previous lifetime. So you have these same gifts in this particular lifetime. What I'm also getting, though, you guys, is buildup of other people's energy. What you can learn is that if you're an empath and you feel very low vibrational, you feel down, irritable, depressed, this and that, it could be because you're taking on other people's psychic debris, psychic crap. You're taking it on to the point where you feel run down, okay? There was a point for me where it just was too much, which is one of the reasons that I stepped away from doing personal readings. It was too much. I couldn't run my channels, both of them, and do the personal readings. And then I think I just got to a point where, there was just a lot of heartache and a lot of sadness with a lot of people's stories. And me being the sensitive empath that I am, it really started to affect me. And I also felt like I couldn't really properly help certain people that may have needed something else besides, a psychic reading. And so it's kind of like I had to get to a point where, I can't really help anyone if I am ailing and not being able to help myself. So I feel like some of you guys, this could be a lesson of like maybe overgiving, doing too much, spreading yourself too thin, etc. And also just being very cognizant of other people's energy and how it can affect you. So if you feel very heavy and burdened and down and toxic and just something, pay attention to this. One thing that you can learn is you're very psychic, and so you can tell when something is off. Trust those vibes. You can tell when someone is full of shit. You can tell when someone means you harm and is up to no good. Pay attention. Don't let other people shame you for your gifts. Don't let other people say things to you such as, you're just so sensitive, you're too needy, get over yourself, fuck you. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like finding your voice in this life and saying, enough is enough. I'm not going to allow people to tell me who I am. I'm not going to allow people to trap me in their bullshit and try to control me with their hangups. And I feel like this is something that you guys dealt with in your previous life, and it could be a theme that's coming through again in this life because it is a leftover residual buildup of that lifetime. So some of you guys could feel like a feral animal right now where you just cannot wait to break free. You feel like you're just going to die if you stay one more day, one more minute in a situation. This is Spirit's way of saying that these feelings are trying to tell you something. Okay? Is a situation or a person or whatever you feel stuck in, is it worth you losing your life over? Is it worth you getting sick over? Hell no, it's not worth it. Nothing's worth that. So some of you guys, the lesson to be learned from that lifetime is that life is too short. It just is. And you definitely want to make the best of the time that you have while you're still here. So life is too short to be miserable and to deal with other people's crap. Okay? Or maybe to not do what you love to do or want to do in this life. Or let yourself be controlled and play it small just to make other people feel secure. F that. All right. So let's get another. Flamingo. This is so cool. The flamingos are social animals. This is also someone who's very vibrant. They're living their life. I do feel like you guys were judged and even punished for being a powerful person. And it might be that you also feel the same stigma against you in this particular lifetime. But do not let other people control you. Do not let other people keep you down. That is the major message here. Okay, you did it in that lifetime for so long. I feel like in your older years, that's when you finally were able to break free out of that. But I feel some of you guys are continuing this pattern in this life. And I'm just seeing here, again, Spirit saying life is too short to do that. I will not downplay my needs for anybody. Standards, yep. Oh, yeah. So you're not going to play it small just to make other people feel secure. Like I said, F that. So you've learned a thing or two from that lifetime. You're not going to be on repeat of that cycle. You're done with it. Yep, change it. You can change things around. You absolutely can. There's every day is an opportunity to change things around. Hell, any minute, every minute is an opportunity to change the way that you're thinking or choosing to think about a situation, who you're going to give your power to, what you're going to focus on. And then things change, the energy shifts. So at some point, whenever we want to, whenever we can, we will start to change the energy of our lives. When we change our minds, we change our life. Change your thoughts, you change your life. So things are here to change. Your luck is going to change. Yes, I love this. We have the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups, it says bonuses, networking, and work celebrations. But this is also indicating that you are going to come together with like-minded individuals, like attracts like. There's also like a reunion with soul family. So connecting with other people that are your cheerleaders that want to see you do well. Because I feel like in your past life, you guys had people that were against you. They didn't want to see you do well. And in this lifetime, you could have come across people like that too. But what I'm getting here is that the more that you raise your standards and the more that you step into your power and you don't waste your time with people that don't want to see you do well, you are going to connect with other people that are on that same level with you. And you may even collaborate with these individuals like you collaborated with that family member or that friend in a previous lifetime, and then frickin' skyrocket to the next level. So do not let other people keep you down in this life. It's not worth it. So that's what you can take and learn from that lifetime that came through. Anyways, you guys, I really hope that you enjoyed this reading. Let me know your thoughts down below if any of this may have resonated with you, how it may have inspired and helped you, and if you guys would like to see more readings like this. All right, you guys, thanks so much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.